Hi, I'm Joe Girardi. Was a part of 3 championship teams as a player, 1 as a manager, all with the New York Yankees. I'm just an average Joe with a game plan for life. My father used to drive up from Peoria, take us to about 5 or 6 games a year. I used to ride in the car. My dad was a salesman, and we'd listen to Cub games on the radio. We'd watch some of the night games when they were on the road, because they didn't play night games back then. And I was a huge Cub fan. In 3rd grade, I wrote an essay that it was a short essay in 3rd grade, but my dream was to play for the Chicago Cubs. My heroes were Ron Santo and Jose Cardinal and Ernie Banks. And so for me, it was like a dream come true for a long period of time. Not only making it as a Cub, but having those people around me was tremendous. My defining moment was in 1987. I grew up Catholic, altar boy. My mother, when I was 13, was diagnosed with cancer, given 3 months to live. She ended up living 6 years. And her last words to me were, "Don't forget me." And I believe my mother had a relationship with Christ, but I didn't understand it. She said she saw a light at the end of the tunnel as she was about to die, and Jesus had his arms open. But my mom died the summer of my sophomore year. I was 19 years old. I was playing in the COP. I was flying home to see her, before she passed away, and I saw her take her last breath. But as soon as the funeral was over, I went right back to play baseball, and because it was a difficult time for me, and I really never dealt with my mother passing away and all the things that I thought about and all the things that I missed. And it hit me my first full season, my 2nd year in pro ball, where I said to myself, why am I playing? I used to think I played to give my mom something to live for, to give her hope, because hope is so important when you're battling with someone. And my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, was at Northwestern, made me realize that I was playing because God gave me a gift and it would be my platform one day. And that's when I came to know Jesus. God talks about how women have infinite wisdom, and she definitely does. She's a rock, and she's the one, in a sense, that makes everything work, because a lot of times you're from one city to the next city. She's having to take care of the kids sometimes by herself. She's having to bring them on the road trip so we can be together as a family. And I have 3 great kids, 15, 13, and 8, 2 girls and a boy. And being a father is a blast. I mean, it really is. And being married, we've been married 25 years. It's just been a wonderful ride. And I think about it now, we've actually been together longer than we weren't together. And it's hard to believe how fast time goes, but it's a wonderful relationship. And I really, was lucky. In a sense, God really took care of me. Originally, I thought I wanted to work in the front office. And then as I got older, at the end of my career, I retired right before my 39th birthday. I said to myself, I think I really want to manage. That's what I really want to do. So I was extremely blessed. My first year out, I said, I'm not going to get into coaching, but I'm going to broadcast, do some special assignments for Brian Cashman in the minor leagues, go see some catchers. Make sure I stay busy, but be home more, because our jobs take us away a lot. And then the next year I was offered the bench coach job for Joe Torre in the big leagues. Took that. It was a great mentor, great opportunity for me to learn, to try to learn from him, managing New York and what he had to deal with. What I realized, you really don't know what it's like to sit in that chair until you actually sit in it, but I took a lot from him and all the other managers I had along the way. And then the 3rd year out, I was managing the Marlins. So for me, extremely blessed. God had his hand in it, and he knew what he wanted me to do. From my experiences when I was traded from Colorado to New York, where it was really difficult when I was traded, I really enjoyed my 3 years in Colorado after 4 with the Cubs, and I was nervous about going to New York. And as a visiting player, you really don't understand how beautiful and wonderful the city of New York was. So I didn't want to go. And as time went on, I fell in love with it and ended up winning 3 championships in 4 years, was part of those teams, and just fell in love with the place. And I realized sometimes what maybe appears to be bad, God will turn to good. When I went through that experience, and I just tried to pull from that My wife kept reminding me that, don't worry, he's got his hand in your life. You're going to get another opportunity to manage. And I was afraid that I'd never get another opportunity. That's what I was afraid of. But I was offered some opportunities the next year. I didn't take them because we had made a commitment to go home to Chicago in the summer and be with our families, because my father had Alzheimer's and he was near the end. Her father was near the end. And then in 2008, I was offered the Yankees job, and it's just been a wonderful experience.
Hi, I'm Ronaldo Wynn with Game Plan for Life, and you just heard from manager Joe Girardi from the legendary New York Yankees ball club. And in Joe's testimony, he talked about his relationship with his wife and how vital it is to be able to be on the same page and to be able to have success in his relationship with his marriage, which segues into being successful as a manager. If you want to know more about that, go to chapter 8 that talks about relationships in the Game Plan for Life book. Go to our website, gameplanforlife.com, if you would like to have a free New Testament study Bible or a Game Plan for Life book.